Hi everyone, it's Stuart here, and welcome to the proptrade.com. We are live for the US Open. What a day we've had today on the stock markets. Big fall. Hopefully, you can see here to the left of me this massive fall we've seen, over 1% here on the Dow. The Nasdaq's been even more aggressive. 1.6%. The Nasdaq's been down, but great for trend following traders. Look, nothing going on here. This is the 5-minute chart on the Nasdaq early today. Nothing going on, all sort of sideways action, very much mean reverting, bouncing up and down, bouncing up and down. We had claims came in at 227,000, so a little bit higher than expected, but still really robust jobs market, I would argue. And then on top of that, that came on top of the obviously non-farm payroll on Wednesday. So all the worry about the US jobs market, maybe, may not be. The clamp down on immigration we've seen, and participation rate, the work week also up with the data on Wednesday. Maybe a bit of a worry, unnecessary, and who knows? Perhaps Trump will be proved to be right. We shall see how it all pans out. Some issues within some of obviously the manufacturing numbers still look very weak, but it was positive for the first time in a while. But that services number, services employment is key, obviously, in a developed economy like the United States. Anyway, spooked by some chatter around the AI stocks again today. We've moved significantly lower, and again, as a trend following trader, these are great days like this. This is our 21, 9 and 5 exponential moving average crossing strategy here on the 5-minute time frame. See, we've got a bit of a triple bottom here, so we may see a bit of a tick up in the this final half hour. We get most action in this final half hour, so I'm watching that floor there quite significantly. But doesn't matter. We've been short here from 8:05, half an hour or so ago. The Nasdaq was short. The Dow also. I'm going to concentrate on the Dow. And the Nasdaq's okay as well from price per point, but this remains short. Stop loss will be here on this one. Let me zoom this up for you. Let me just set that up. There we are. Sorry, let me make. So this is a Nasdaq. We're short. It's been last big trade would have been short there from 8:05. Entry would have been here. Stop loss up here initially, and we've moved it down. Stop loss will be now here. Watching this level though, we've come back to here, so maybe getting stopped out for a small gain from here at 24,785 to 24,758. It's still 30 points on the downside. Why can't I make that bigger? Let me do that. Because it's how far we've moved today, isn't it? That's the reason. Massive move today. So this is the Dow. Let me make myself a little bit smaller. Get myself down there. There we are. So you can't really see the screen very well, can you? Guys, as usual, I don't know how many are going to be in here tonight. But let me know if there's something else you want to trade. But that is short. The Dow was the one we took earlier, and again, see, we've got a lower floor here for the Dow than the Nasdaq. Nasdaq's moved further, so there may be some more action in this one moving lower. So let's do this. How are we going to trade? Let's just take this short position. Let's get this up here. So on my stop loss, we would have triggered here. So my stop loss now is around about 49,667, 49,6. I'll bring it. I can't see that now. 49. I don't want it there. It's too close. Let's have a look where we are. Right. So our stop loss really round about here, 49,66. Let's call it 666. There's a 66 on our stop loss. There we are. We'll do 1 point, and we are selling again. So we sell. Oh, can it do any smaller than that? Let's just do, just for demonstration purposes, sell that, confirm. There we are. So we're in here. We're probably out the money at the moment, as ever, but we're moving down. So we may see. Are we going to test the floor from earlier at 6 o'clock? Maybe not. We may turn around. We're up already. We're out of the money already at the moment. But as you can see, if we'd got in, triggered soon as this had been touched and broken here on the 5-minute time frame, we'd have we'd have been in the money on that one. Let's just same setup. Remember, this is a simple crossing moving average strategy, simply because we've had a lot of movement today. And so it's got out in the 2-minute time. We would have got an earlier entry here on the 2-minute. 2-minute would have confirmed there at 10 past 10. So let's leave this 2-minute on. It's easier to do when we're doing it live, isn't it? Or let's just, for the sake of, we'll leave the 2-minute on. We'll do the same with the NASDAQ. So again, that would have, we haven't got this slide, have we? But that would have gone level there. Obviously, would have been short there, stopped out, gone long there. But again, we're moving higher. Now you see how we've our high from here at you see 1730. Our high at 1850, a little bit higher. We didn't get high, so we dipped here, but we've got a new high there. So we've got 3 rising highs. So we were edging a little bit higher before we decided we were moving lower. Big candle lower here, big candle lower here. It was bought back, and then the third attempt, we've broken through the low. So we broke through that low there from 1930. Then the previous low from that was a few minutes earlier at 1930, 1915, and then this low here, which we've got into here on the NASDAQ. From 1620 and this triple bottom here, which is we're bouncing around. So this is still low from here. And again, this system, I'm not going to be able to show it, would have, we're looking, probably may have looking to close this out now, because we're getting back above the mid moving average, which is the green line there. So that's how we trade this one. So you can see the Dow has ticked into profit. So we're continuing to decline. That move down is still in place. If we look at a different setup. We look at our Dow and our stochastics. This is our mean reverting strategy, which isn't really in play today. Stochastics dropped off here. I've lost my stochastics indicators. Stocks. There we are. For some reason it's reinstated it. But I've got 2 lots of stochastics. I don't want that one. Let's just get rid of that one. There we are. This is the one I wanted. This one, see, you can see we haven't touched the outside of the bottom now. So there's no trade. That would have been a continuation trade there, though. Touched the outside, and now we're looking to go long. So this one here on the 5-minute time frame. Let's make sure we're all looking at the same time frames. Was the Dow. Let's go back to my 5-minute is my default, but we're going to use 2 tonight because we're let's go back to the 2-minute. That's that one. So this one, it's touched, it's moved. There's the touch. You can see it's messy. We touched out, so we're waiting for a move away, and that's a problem when we're using these shorter time frames with this system. This one works a wee bit better on the 5-minute times than mean reverting, because we've got a strong trend today. So the mean reverting doesn't play out. So we've had nothing going on here. This would have worked out earlier in the day. Before the market open. These are market open here at 14:30 my time. Didn't want to get any higher. There's the pre-market high and the the pre-market high and the market high at the same time. And so our our market low so far, it's been down there at 49,400. Are we going to get into there before the close in the next 15 minutes? Probably not. But that might be that triple area. Remember that triple bottom we had on our 5-minute timer? That's that area from this afternoon. 6 o'clock time, 6:30 time. We might get down there. Obviously, the Dow can move quite quickly. What we may see is some buying here in this final half hour of trading, because we've had a very, very weak day. If I just quickly flick this up to the higher time frames, you can see what a massive sort of sell-off we had here this afternoon after the US stock. Actually, the stock markets had opened at 2:30 our time. You can see what a big old few hours we had selling off. We had a big spike down in gold as well. I'm sure a lot of you were. Well, I'm not sure a lot of you were, but if you were trading, the gold market this afternoon as well, that absolutely tanked as well at one point. So and it hasn't recovered. If we look at gold tonight, 4,922. So then there's that 3 o'clock candle. tanking to the downside here, and then we've continued to move lower. And interestingly, we're moving lower still. The intra hour move went into the level we were at, that 4885 level that gold was at when Trump first started talking back in Davos a few weeks ago. So the 5,000 handle been given up quite aggressively so far here on Thursday from this consolidation we've seen for the rest of the week. So let's just have a look back at what we were doing, which is our indices, and let's focus on our Dow position. And we go back to our, say, 2 minute time frame. See if anything's triggering up. So there we are. There's our 2 minute time frame, and we're a little bit in the money from earlier. Obviously, very minimum lot 0.01 here on the Dow. Let's just zoom that up. There we are. So obviously, we would have. It's wrong strategy. Sorry, the wrong setup we're using. It's using our mean reverting one. So we were in late. I did it as a demonstration for you, so I'm not expecting to make anything of it. Obviously, we would have been triggered here, and we're still short. With this strategy, you can either use. I use two ways of doing it. On the short term, these 2 minute scalping strategies, I tend to just use a reversion either to a stop loss or to the mid Bollinger, a mid moving average. And on this case, when we've got a strong trend like this, we just let it run. So obviously, we're not going to get all of the trend unless we can sort of jump out at a target area. Remember, we were talking about this 49,450. Look, big fat round number at 49,526 at the moment. So obviously, before then, we've got 49,500. So if we get to that, I'd be happy to take that out if I'd got all of this. I'd even be happy to take it out tonight on this short trade from here, just showing that the momentum is continuing to the downside as we come into 10 minutes before the close. Obviously, trading around these key high impact events. Remember, the opening and the close of the stock markets. We don't. They're not in the economic calendar as high impact events, so you can trade these events. We don't stop you from doing that, but you can get these sort of moves, these very, very strong directional trends. So this is basically what's happened today. We saw it on the higher time frame. So we had this massive sell-off 2 and 3 o'clock today. We came into a low. We then retraced. So again, it's classic wave cycles here. We had a bit of a retrace, but the overall trend today has reasserted itself. And the move down, not as aggressive as it was at 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock this afternoon, but it's still pretty aggressive from this 8 o'clock handle into the 9 o'clock close, because we're going to close in 10 minutes in the US. So the Dow now within 5 points of 49,500. Looks inevitable. Doesn't mean it's going to. It could suddenly turn around. That's why you've got to be, careful with the lot size, careful with what you're risking in the market. But say if we'd tricked that earlier, Nasdaq similar exactly the same setup, I'm guessing, and then Nasdaq might actually be leading it lower. Indeed, it is. So it's moved more aggressively. It's broken the low we saw on the triple area we identified also on the Dow, but we haven't actually got there on the Dow here. On the Nasdaq 100, we're into under 24,700, and the Dow is approaching 49,500. We're back up a few points at the moment. So when you're trading with this, you either count the candles back, wait till the candle's complete. We've got another. Where are we? That's 48. So we still got a minute or so for that one to complete. But that was a big one there at 46. So if you're really aggressive, you could have added on. When you've got a trend running like this, it's obviously not going to run forever. But when you get a big candle in the direction that you're wanting to go, that's when to add to your position. If we look at this is when things like the Heikin Ashi candles come into their own. If I look at the Heikin Ashi candle here on our VWAP setup, you can see we're blistering below the VWAP. Let me come down to that's the daily. It's the 5 minute here on the Dow, and you can see very, very clear, big old move down, and we've had a significant strong move down. So that would have immediately there at 15:10 on this time, and that's 10 past 8. The time frames here are back in New York times. Uh, so it's a bit easier for you if this is New York time on this setup for some reason. So we'd have been immediately short on that candle there at 10 past the hour, and we would just have added to it. I would have added here on that big candle because we got no look at that. It's classic Heiken Ashi candle setup. Strong move to the upside here. You know, adding. Oh, it's cooled down. Still not out because it's still green. Got out there, got back in there because there's no wick, and might have not added there. No, I might have added there as well. Got out there, but immediately closed my long position on this red and gone immediately short there at 10 past the hour, and then say added to there. And as this candle is closing, you know the way Heiken Ashi works, I'll be adding here. A caveat with Heiken Ashi, though, guys, remember, look at where the price action is. You know, the buy and the sell price are down here at the bottom end of the candle. It's the way the calculations work with Heiken Ashi. Remember, every new Heiken Ashi candle opens in the middle of the body of the previous candle. That's why we've got this nice, smooth, noise-free sort of move. But as you can see, the bodies of the candle here, it's like they are with normal candlesticks. The bigger the body, the more the significant the move. So this is a very significant move here in this 10 minutes. So again, although you'd have to get filled down here outside of the candle, you know the move is still down. But you know, as you can see here, this may be over now. You know, maybe enough. Not get too greedy. But the rules with this system are either you wait till the next candle goes green and get out, or certainly with this one, you would expect at least a wick in the top. That's very much short and has been. As you can see, we're nearly $2 to the good. Okay, so that's a great way to trade strong trends. If you haven't got a trend, Heiken Ashi is not really not your friend, and that's why we use the mean reverting strategies quite a lot. But this is a really good example of Heiken Ashi and scalping short term. You know, it can be quite difficult sometimes. Interesting how we've got to narrowed up at the spread there as we've come in. We're coming into the close now, 5 minutes from close. Let's just flip back to the other setup, the crossing moving average strategy, our crossing EMA. Remember, we've got the lines on here. The moving averages here are the 21, which is the big fat one, the slowest one, the big mama one, the big dada one. The medium one, the medium bear is the 9, that green one there. It's the 9 period EMA. And the fast moving one, I use the 5. The numbers are not that significant. Don't get completely hung up on using the same numbers I use. But I use 21, 9, and 5. Many people use 5 and 8, 16, 13. It's all sorts of variances. But the idea is that you're in alignment. The moving averages are in alignment, and when you've got strong trends, there's nothing better. So there we go. We have hit our target. So I would have been comfortable to take some of the position off on that big down candle, but equally, there's no reason why you couldn't have added at that big down candle. But as you can see, we're at the low of the day, so you know, don't get too. I mean, we've had some massive moves here for trend following trades. I mean, really easy pickings today, and we're bouncing back. As I said, you know, we're coming into the close. The final trades of the cash session are going through, and we've got oops, daisy. We've got sort of profit taking going on, and you can't blame people, can you? Like we had here, so you'd expect that. So a bit of a bounce here in this final 10 minutes. Obviously, there'll be some wrapping up as well after the actual physical close goes ahead. So, and obviously, this guys is a derivative chart. So derivative chart here. So remember, the prices that are getting offered here will suddenly flip to the futures market and not derived from the actual cash market. So there'll be a bit of a click there as well. And remember, there's the market's close. What's your trading button up here? You can see the red. Can you see? Yeah, the green button up here. Trading is open. Obviously, we have a close. We click over. We roll over into the next day later on. But big old move down. As I say, I would have certainly closed at least 50% of that move down, and leave some of it on. And the green line now, the top of that candle there, and the green, sorry, top of this candle here from 2050, and the green candle here, which is our 9-period EMA. What I'm looking for is a completion, not just a touch, but the candle to break through and close above it, close out the big short position we have had. So certainly I would have been very happy trend following traders today. As you can see, we've had two 5 minutes up, and our final 5-minute candle of the trading session is coming in now. Oh, sorry, I'm saying 5 minutes. This is the 2-minute chart, isn't it? Sorry, it's 2 minutes. So it's because it's quicker. Yeah. So we have it that floor. So we're taking some profit off. I mean, could have closed completely and thought, thanks very much, because I've got all of that. We have had a green candle. Let's have a look back at see if I think it was 5 minute, wasn't it? The on our Heikin Ashi candles. Oh yeah, this is 5 minutes. So let me just make it that 2 minutes. So we're looking like for like. So there we go. You can see what I'm saying? The body of the candle. So this remained green. This is when we got in, remember? And this is, could have added to it here. Certainly have added to it there on that huge candle there at 15.50 at 10 to the hour. Quite an interesting. See that the weak doji candles appeared here. So you read the candle pattern with Heikin Ashi candles the same as you do with ordinary candles. The message is still the same, but see how the body has disappeared. So that might be suggesting, right, that might be time to think about lowering your exposure or take 50% off or whatever it is you're doing. But it's still red. It finished red. Whereas on our normal candle patterns, we saw that they'd gone to green, didn't we? Had two green 2-minute candles. Here it's remained red because the way the calculation works with Heikin Ashi, it does an average of the two candles to create one candle. It didn't give up. We had a doji candle, didn't we, instead of the two green ticks up. So that might have panicked people out. More people would have panicked again on the second one, and now we're coming back down green. The beauty of the Heikin Ashi candles is a great Heikin Ashi exercise for us today, live here at the prop trade. Our Heikin Ashi candles remained red, so we didn't need to panic. Quite obviously, you would have, if you've been watching this or trading this or been coding, the system was looking at it. There would have been a glitch or a bleep gone off. Certainly when I coded it, because see how the body has got bigger and bigger and bigger, big, and then it's suddenly gone. That would be whoa, enough. Take some off. We could be going green next because it can turn very, very quickly, but it hasn't. What we have got though is wicks to the north now. So we had a big wick and a very, very small body. So that's suggesting, hang on, maybe to take some of your risk off. Similar candle for the second one that's just completed. So that might suggest take a little bit more off, but then let's see what happens with this candle. Are we going to get a wick to the north, or are we just going to get another solid bodied candle with no wick to the north, which is suggesting perhaps more weakness to come after the cash wrap up has happened? But we're still technically not yet closed. It's still a minute to the hour at the moment. So there'll be lots of volatility now. Some volume will have kicked in. Some more volume will have kicked in as well. Let me just go back to the other layout, our moving average layout. This is why I like trading the opening hour. It's certainly in like the DAX and the FTSE in Europe. I trade like 6 till 7, 7 till 8, and that hour before the open. This is the final hour. I always get lots of action. So as you can see here, that candle, that 2-minute candle, has taken us back to this level we put on our chart. So we're still in the money, 157 now, or whatever it was before. So we're still potentially moving lower. So we might test even lower. And let me just put on the volumes on here. Remember, these are derived volumes, and this is not really the exchange, but volume here on the stock market. But you see how it picks up into close. You can see even here on the 2-minute chart, you see how the candles pick up into the close. So there we go. So we've tipped up. We've pushed into our first moving average. We've got a little rolling top here. This is quite a weak setup on the candle patterns here on this crossing moving average. So actually, that's been a very successful both the demonstration of Heiken Ashi candles and the strength of trend following. So if I just use my other one we haven't talked about yet, our MACD and parabolic SAR system, and again these will be all in one direction, all out with our parabolic SARs above the price action as we've come down all the way down. So again, another one, very, very simple. There would have been this system would have gone short, confirmed short there at again 10 past 8. So unsurprised, the trend following strategies triggering round about the same time. So again, it adds to the momentum. So there you can see the parabolic SARs have been above, it's flipped to underneath, and it's flipped back above. But the most important thing is the cross of the MACD and the signal line, which happened actually a candle before, but it's not clean there. So we'd have waited, and the parabolic SAR is still under there. So that's the cross and the confirmation of the cross and the flip of the parabolic SAR. The parabolic SAR can flip more than the MACD, but that is just basically keeping you short here. And a way of using the parabolic SAR, these blue crosses here, is to have your stop loss at it. Sometimes it can be quite a long way away, like here. If that's your stop loss all the way up here and our candle's down here, a bit of a catastrophic stop can get taken out. But as you can see, it's a good distance at the moment away from the price action. It's kept you from closing out when we had this big, massive red candle down there at 50, as we've seen on the other charts. Two candles sticking up, and then we're moving back down again. So the trend is very much set here into the close in the US stock market. So a big old move down. The close isn't on my YouTube feed here. Oh, there we are. It's updated it. Roku's earnings, first earnings from Roku, just coming across the Trump. Anyway, I'll talk about the close in a minute, aren't they? So, but as far as we're concerned, we are very much in the money, and we're going down 175 now on our little short on the Dow. And as I say, if you were using this, that could be a catastrophic stop there now, there at 49,475 here on our MACD and parabolic setup. This is starting to run out of steam according to the histogram here. See, we've gone from deep red to pink, light pink, but the MACD and the signal line is still moving down. But we've got a bit of a potential tick up. The bodies of the candles have got a bit smaller. We've got wicks north and south, but that's still short. So that one's still very much in the money. Our Heiken Ashi candles very much in the money. There we go. See, we didn't need to worry here. We just questioned it. We did get a strong bodied candle there with no wick again, and no wick again as well while we've been away. So you could have added again at this big down candle here. So this is still short, and just don't get your stop loss too tight. Don't get too aggressive, and just let the trend do its business. Because look what it's suggesting. It's suggesting that we've pushed to new lows of the day. New lows of the day. So if we sort of quickly take this up to the hourly time frame. So new lows of the day, and this is a very strong run. Going back to the 6th and the 7th, that's 6th and 7th, 6th and 7th. So over the weekend, last weekend of February, sorry. So it's a very strong, steep rise. So we normally come down much quicker than we go up. So this could still be lots of legs in this, taking this below 49,000 potentially upon this higher time frame. It's 1 hour time frame, but we're not interested in that tonight. But we're with the trend. You see, that's the key thing. We're still with the trend. So these 5-minute trends, or 2-minute trends indeed, is what we were looking at. It's very much in play. So there we go. Just two big ones, smaller one a couple of minutes ago, but we are now 5 past the hour and we're still going down. So don't panic, my friends. We are still short. We are now 178 from our little opening trade, and green to go, good to go, green to go, and we are moving lower. Aldo, hope you're well, my friend. Moving down to the downside, 49,440. On the Dow. Is a Nasdaq on the same? Let's look at the Nasdaq. See, the Nasdaq has turned around. We've gone green, so we're out. A bit more hesitancy here on the Nasdaq here. So we were down. This is 2 minutes or so into close. It turned green, so we'd have been out. You know, see what happened. See what I'm saying about the strength. So we could have just added at these big but all of a sudden we were out. So we're out. You know, we were short, then out. Added to the short because we're still with the trend. Added it here with this big, and I may have even added there, you know, at 52. But suddenly we're green, out because it's gone green. I'm not long because it's not. We still got wicks to the south. Then we get a red one. Am I risking going long here? Not really. I might have tapped a little bit there at 1604 for the Nasdaq. But does that mean that's led the Dow around? Let's go flip back to the Dow. No, the Dow is still red and moving down. I tend not to trade the S&P on this, guys, because of the tighter numbers. But the Nasdaq and the Dow are a good points per pips trade on that one. So the Nasdaq would have been long there for the Heiken Ashi. It'd be interesting to see what the crossing the EMA is for the Nasdaq. So there we go. See the messiness here. I'll just see how different this is compared to the Heiken Ashi candles. So big, a normal candle down there at 2050, and then it's changed out. So this would have been short all the way down here. It's then, see, it hasn't closed there. That hasn't closed above the green line, has it? We've gone over it during the candle, but it hasn't taken us out. So we're still short, still short, still short. And it gets out there. You don't get out till there. So you got in all the way up here, and it takes you out there. So it's a huge move here on the Nasdaq, but choppier because it's been choppier all week, hasn't it? It's choppier. So that is the distance you've travelled. Let's move that out of the way. That's our profit on this. Just let it run, wait for it to close back over at the middle Bollinger Band, moving average, I should say. And now this one here is looking to go long. So we got out at 21.02. We got in initially at 19.59. Got out at 20. So so call it 2000 hours, and we got out at 2100 hours. So for an hour, we've gone from 24,817 all the way down to 24,670. So over 100 points on the Nasdaq in an hour. Thanks very much. Do that, even once or twice a week, and it's happy days, my friends. It's all about hanging on to your profits, obviously. And this is now looking to try and go long now that the market's closed. Interestingly, the Nasdaq, the Dow, on the other hand, we've got this divergence, haven't we? There we are. It's bottoming out here on the EMA strategy. So, but we still haven't closed out. So it looks like we may be closing this out. What's our there we go. I'm going to say, what's our Heiken Ashi candle telling us? Well, even Heiken Ashi is turning green. So it looks like we may be exhausted the selling as the cash markets are closed. But that's absolute classic. This is textbook sort of move. Massive move. You don't get these every day, obviously, but you can get some really strong moves. And one of the big beauties of Heiken Ashi candles, my friends, is this clarity. It's either red or green. It's either a big body or a little body. It's either got wicks that are not to the top and the bottom of the body of the candle, or it hasn't. That's what we're looking for. If we're green and going long, we want no wicks to the south. If we're red and going short, we want no wicks to the north, and just add to it as it moves down, but not closed. That would have been out. You'd have been out here at 16, so 8 minutes past the close, and we'd have got in, as I said, really on that big one there at 10 past the hour. So another hour's trend, really strong. Don't always get away. Not very rarely. It's not very often you get these sort of massive moves. So I'm happy to close that now as a demonstration. That was, I couldn't have done that any better if I'd planned it myself. So very strong move for weakness for stock markets into the close tonight. So big panic on the open, and we haven't recovered from it. If I go back to my my mean reverting strategies, which is all my major lines on, it's the bank. Snack. Sorry, just got the only chart. You can see the big leg down we had this afternoon, and another leg down here. We've just final hour of trading, so broken out of that range we've been in this week, and a big down day for Thursday. So sideways for most of the week on the stock markets, and an almighty crash today. See where Friday leads us. We're still above where we were end of last week. That sort of moved lower. We got at the beginning of the month, but all-time highs, intraday all-time highs were also hit this week as well. Here on the Dow, Nasdaq obviously not quite getting to the October highs we got to, but again another more volatile session this week for the Nasdaq, but a big down day today, and the S&P 500 as well, 6835. It's dragging its legs, dragging its feet. There we are. S&P 500 consolidated Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and a big sell-off on Thursday. So some big volatility in the last week or so here on the stock markets. But again, as I've been saying for a while, we are consolidating a high still. This is still relatively positive. Couldn't quite get to 7,000 again. We were long from the other night on here, weren't we? Going sideways. Nearly got stopped out yesterday. Got stopped out today. We got what did we get? 54-point loss, but we're up. We're having a really good week at the moment. Well, not a really good week, but we're up. Lots of trades going on. All those yen shorts, yen longs have played out really nicely as well. So we are good to go. So I'm going to wrap this up, guys. I'm in here 45 minutes. It's getting late here. I need to go and do our weekly video as well in a minute, and then I'll see you all tomorrow. Tomorrow is a big day. Tomorrow it's the third big data announcement of the week following the Japanese elections on Monday. It's really moved the yen and the stock markets, and that blowout non-farm payroll we had on Wednesday. We got key CPI data tomorrow. So is it showing signs of weakening further, or is it showing signs of persistence? 2.5% for the headline, 2.5% also for the core on an annualized basis. It's looking to tick up in the last month from 0.2 of 1% to 0.3 of 1%. So join me tomorrow, 13:15. We'll be live for the data at 13:30 tomorrow. Let's see if we can have another successful trading session, and we'll do a wrap of the week as well. Have a great rest of your day. If you're watching in Asia, good morning to you. Enjoy your breakfast. If you're watching in Latin America, good afternoon. If you're here in Europe, good night. I will see you all tomorrow. Take care, be safe, and be kind to people.